Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hit record. So we are recording now, and you guys can go ahead and do your meeting.
Kim, do you want to go ahead and run this?
Yeah, do you want me to? Okay. All right. So we'll call the meeting to order, and we just had the one item to discuss for this meeting, which is to establish a committee for interviewing for new commissioners. I believe that we needed to evaluate the application that we have already on file first before we can put out the ad to recruit new members. So is anybody interested in being on the committee to interview new commissioners?
I am.
Yeah, me too.
I am too.
Hey, come here. Sorry.
Margaret,
the dog was interested.
So if there are
Jenna,
currently what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 3 would not be a quorum. There's 6 of you, right?
there's 5 people.
No, I mean on the commission.
Oh, on the committee, yeah.
On the commission, there were 7, but now there's 6. So we needed 4 for a quorum tonight, but you don't want the subcommittee to constitute a quorum because then you have to.
So 3 would constitute a quorum. So only 2 people.
No, 4 would.
No, 4 would.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see.
So you're okay with 3?
Okay.
Now, can Jenna be on the committee if she's one that's applying?
I'm not. This was for a different position.
This
Oh, okay.
is for the position vacated by Maggie.
Okay.
And the way the municipal code reads is that if Jenna wants to serve a second term, she can a first full term.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you did a partial.
Yeah.
We talked about in the last meeting. So if you're on the commission and you want to continue and your time on the commission doesn't disqualify you from re-upping, then all she has to do is say, yes, I still want to be on the commission, and then the commission votes in their next meeting to whether or not they want those members to continue. So that this would be a separate process to fill Maggie's position. But if people whose term expires are not interested in re-upping, you could use this same, you could use the interview committee to qualify more than one candidate and ask them if they would be interested in being kind of, well, if it would be interested if you retain their application for consideration for future positions. So you could wind up identifying a future pool of candidates. The city holds on to the applications they get anyway. But if you actually interviewed, this happened on the library board. I think we interviewed 2 or 3 people, and then some openings came up kind of in succession. And we went back to those interviews and said, hey, those were good candidates, and we called them back up.
So just to clarify, is Jenna able to be on this committee with one of the positions?
Sure. I mean, she's already indicated that she wants to continue to serve, and she is currently a member.
Okay.
Her term her term doesn't expire until the end of September. So she's continuing to serve as a member. It's just that when you have your September meeting, your regular September meeting, the whole commission will have to vote on whether you want to recommend her to the council. And then Steve will take her name to the next council meeting and the council will vote.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I've only ever
for now-
seen that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was like, but for now, what we're trying to do, because I can't be in the meeting for very much longer, is we need to vote to put the committee together so that way we can review, you guys can review the applications and make the recommendation for September's meeting, correct? Because then in September's meeting, official ACC meeting, that's when we're going to look at, I believe you said myself, Jenna, and then whomever else you guys recommended that meeting. And then I think Dawn said that, and I thought we had switched it around. I was the head of the committee. But if someone else wants to take that up, just because I know like Jenna and Ken and Carly, you guys haven't had too much opportunities to, you know, besides the Halloween stuff, to really get involved with ACC activities. So this would be another good one for you guys to get involved with.
I thought it was Kim that said she wanted to do it.
Yeah, I said I was interested, but I mean, if somebody else is interested in taking that spot, then that's fine too.
I'm just out of town next week, so I'm not going to be able to do anything specific next week, but after the 17th, I'll be available again. So, I mean, I'm open. I'm just, you know, I'm out of town for, so if there's an immediate need, I can't help.
Okay. I think that if we're going to make a recommendation by the September meeting, we should probably get something set up pretty soon. So what's the formality to decide, you know, what 3 people should be on the committee?
Really, it's just whoever wants to be in the committee. That's how we did it last time.
Okay.
There wasn't really anything formal. It was just whoever wanted to do it. So whoever wants to be in charge to oversee it, and then just 2 subcommittee members.
Okay.
And then
Out of curiosity, we did a couple applicants last time who were strong applicants, but that was when Jenna and Ken both were added to the committee. Because they just happened to be the stronger applicants to interview at the time. So could we get in contact with some of those other applicants that we had before?
Yeah, I think
or,
the
you know,
the
would that
criteria.
make
I think the policy was that we're going to review those previous applications first before considering new commissioners, from what I understood.
That makes sense.
they may, you know, a lot changes in a year. If Jenna came on in June of 19, so that's been more than a year. So has anybody talked to them, or that's your first step?
I think that would be the first step for
Okay.
us to discuss it and reach out to see if
Okay.
they're still even interested to join.
The that would be a good thing to find out real quickly, because then Kathy would make some kind of a posting or announcement. I don't know if she does it just on the website these days, or if also she puts it in the Chronicle. But the Chronicle's kind of expensive.
Mhm.
Yeah, she
If-
can put it in the paper, but it'll come out of ACC funds to do that. And
Right.
usually about, you know, around $100 or a little bit less than that. I mean, it's not like super expensive, but
Mhm.
If they put a post social media, I mean, that's the quickest and easiest way for us to disperse it. I mean, we all can share it on our own profiles, and then we can share it in a couple of the groups. Like I'm part of the Columbia County Soul Sisters. And so I think Concerned Citizens would be another one where we could share it. And then other groups that maybe some of us aren't involved with, that others are involved with, and that's how we could spread the word.
It might be ideal to have the city put it on their Facebook page, and then have you guys like it.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Have the city do it, and
Yeah,
then we
yeah.
would all share that post.
Mhm.
we've done that in the past. So it'll be an easy copy and paste from a previous post. So
Okay.
Okay.
it could be, or it's
Great.
probably likely already written by Crystal. And so
Mhm.
we just changed the dates of when you want to accept applications through. and then we should be good to go. I mean, we could post it probably as soon as tomorrow.
So Letty, are you planning on re-upping your term? Because you're like, yeah, we didn't know that, because then if you're not, then we would be interviewing for 2 positions versus just the one, and we could try to knock it
No,
all out.
I planned on continuing.
Okay, we didn't know that from the last meeting. That's all. I was just making sure.
So it would just be the 2 open spots.
Well,
Is that
now
right?
it's just the one spot. It's just. the
Oh,
one
okay. The one.
I just wanted to make sure, because then otherwise we would want to try to like consolidate it all and do it all at once.
Okay.
Just
How
one
That
spot.
makes sense.
You want to have it open before you close it and do your interviews.
When's your meeting in September?
The 4th Tuesday?
22nd, I think.
Yes, the 22nd.
Okay.
Oh, gosh, you're not going to be able to get anything to the council then. It's going to be the October 7th before you get something to the council. Not that it's a huge issue, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, at least we could get it moving.
I think in the past, and Margaret can correct me if I'm mistaken or wrong, but we usually leave postings up for maybe a week, 2 weeks at most. And then depending on how much action or traffic we see on the post or responses, we can always post it the next week. So I would suggest something like the end of August, maybe
Okay.
last week, or even August 31st.
If we need to post something, right?
Well, I would say we can post it as soon as tomorrow, but if we can say accepting applications through the 24th or something.
Right. So, but if we're going through those other applications first anyway, then we don't need to post anything right away.
True. Yeah. If you call those other people and they're still interested, then you may not have to post at all if you already have applications. But you may want to, just for the public perception, to have it open to the public, even though you may interview some of the previous candidates. It's always good to at least show the public perception that you're taking interest applications, because like Jenna or Ken, you may get an application that is stronger than the people that have applied previously.
Or there may be somebody out there that's been waiting for one to come open. And then if you fill it, they'll say, well, hey, I didn't see anything about it. So that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
I guess I'm getting a little confused. So are we, based on the information that Dawn had sent us from her conversation with Kathy, we're not just going to look at the applications we already have on file, but we're going to look at those in addition to posting the position that we have open commission seats?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Okay.
So when do you want to accept applications through?
I mean, do you guys feel like the end of August is enough time, and then we would have like a good couple weeks in September to review people? 3 weeks in September?
Yeah, I think that's enough time.
Because I think what we've done in the past, because Kim has done a lot of the interviewing in the past, is they would do all the interviews, then they would make their recommendations to the commission. And then from that point, like you guys saw, we did the quick little intro interviews, had questions asked, we asked questions, and then from that point, we made a decision of who we thought would fill the vacancy, and then we voted that night, and then that gets taken to the council. So a lot of the work is already going to be done by the subcommittee. So I think what you're proposing, Jenna, would work out perfect.
Cool. So how can we finalize? Does anybody really want to be on the committee? And then we make a motion about that?
I'd like to be on it.
I would like to be on it.
Okay. And me too. So can we go ahead and just make a or can I make a motion, or just because I'm sorry, I'm not too familiar with this. It's been a while.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure with Robert's rules, but I don't know that you need a official motion for a subcommittee.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure. Margaret, do you?
I don't know. We could
I don't
just,
think
we could vote on it to be safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cover your bases.
So yeah, I guess somebody would need to make a motion for Ken, Jenna, and Kim to be part of the subcommittee.
I make a motion for Kim, Jenna, and Ken to be part of a subcommittee.
I second.
Good. So I think that we're all set then. Was there anything?
You have a motion and a second, so you actually have to take a vote now.
Oh, okay. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
All right. You got your work cut out for you.
Good. I think that was it for today's meeting. It was just a really quick one. Is there anything else that needs to be covered?
Nope. I believe Margaret or I can talk with Crystal about getting a post on Facebook, and then as soon as you get it, you can share it. And my understanding is we'll have it open through the end of August.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about reaching out ourselves. You'll talk to Crystal directly about it.
I will leave that up to you to contact the previous applications if you want. You can get those names and numbers probably from Kathy to call.
Okay.
And then, yeah, Margaret or I can talk with Crystal about doing a post.
About a post. Okay, that sounds good.
I guess the only other thing is that at the September meeting, you will also elect a new chair and vice chair. On the library board, we are a little different. We have 4-year terms. So we have a vice chair, chair, and past chair, and it just automatically rolls over. But with a 3-year term, you don't have quite that same setup. But every year, you'll need to revote on who will be your chair and your vice chair going into the next term. So that's something to be thinking about.
Do we have?
Quick
We have
question.
Oh, do we have those previous or access to those previous applications? And if so, where do we find those?
I can email Kathy to get them.
Okay.
Kathy Payne is the city recorder. She keeps all that.
Hey, Margaret, quick question.
Yeah.
So I know that the chair term is 1 year, but I just want to make sure. Sorry, my dogs were barking and I totally lost my train of thought on my question. I've already fulfilled a full year, correct? Because I remember I kind of picked up where Jen had resigned in the middle, and then one of the other commissioners picked up temporarily, and then she only lasted a couple of months, and then I picked up in December because nobody else had the time to do it. So that's why I stepped up.
I have a bunch of rosters on my wall up there. I could dig through them and see the dates and see if I could tell. But we probably need to look at the municipal code. The only reason I mention this is that a few years ago, the city council came up with a resolution to changed the municipal code, they had a commission where someone had been, or several actually, where someone had been the chair year after year after year. And the city council felt that there were missed opportunities for other people to acquire that experience and to bring new ideas to the different commissions. And they wanted that format where you have the vice chair, chair, and past chair, so that you had that breadth of experience. It's kind of tough, though, to do it in an organization where you have a 3-year term, because somebody walks in the door and you say, oh, you're the vice chair, right? Because if it has a 3-year step and you only have a 3-year term, that really puts a pressure on the person to commit to that pattern, you know, in their first year. It works really well on the library board, but we have a 4-year term. But we should look at the municipal code or that resolution that they wrote, but because it's the one that says you can't do more than 2 full terms. Well, you can do 2 full terms and a partial. But once you've done the 2 full terms, you have to step away for some period of time, and then you can come back if there's a vacancy and you're selected. But it may address the question about the chair. Let me look at these. I have these. I show Letty was the chair in October of 19. You were also the chair in June of 19. In February of 19, you were still the chair. So, and in April of 18, you were the chair. You've been the chair for quite a while.
Has it been that long?
Yeah. See, this says down at the bottom. See where it says
Interesting.
Updated April 18. Letty's the chair. And I don't know, I don't have any before that. So you've been the chair for more than 2 years. But anyway, well, we should look at the municipal code to see what the actual guidance is. I think it would be the natural flow typically is that the vice chair moves to the chair position. But sometimes that doesn't work out if somebody resigns. And
yeah, that's why I'm asking, because because I came on board the end of 2017. So, and Jen, I thought Jen was, wow.
Time flies.
Time flies when you
Yeah,
have
the
fun.
time went by really fast.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm like, was I the chair? Because when was Jen the chair then?
She was in 2017, so she was right before you. But I do remember before that, when I had first joined, I remember a few different people being the chair. And Kanika took it for a brief time, and then Diane took it. So it was rotating. So I think that makes sense. That I didn't know how it worked in the past or how it worked, because we only meet once every other month, so the time goes by really quickly.
Well, I just was saying that in September you will need to make a new choice, so you could give you time to think about that. Well, is that it?
I think so.
So Kim, you just have to adjourn the meeting and we're good.
Okay. So, and then I just say meeting adjourned, right?
Yep.
Okay. So meeting adjourned.
All right.
Okay,
See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.